Hi everybody, and welcome back to Mother and Daughter Plumerias. We are going to germinate some seeds today. So I have our seeds here, and there are several ways that you can germinate seeds. You can germinate them by soaking them in water for a short period of time and then placing them in the soil like such, with the tail sticking out of the soil. You can do the way that I'm going to do today, and I'm going to use the paper towel method where you soak a paper towel, stick it into a bag, and then hang it into a window. It takes about a week to germinate fresher seeds, and seeds that are not as fresh, it could take a little bit longer. And I recently found another way to germinate seeds where you take a piece of styrofoam and you put it floating on top of water, and you stick the seed in about halfway through the little slit in the styrofoam so that the bottom of the seed hangs in the water. But today I'm going to do the paper towel method where I hang it from the window, because that has worked so far the best for me. I have not tried the foam method. So let me show you what I'm doing today. You're going to need some peroxide. Obviously you will need Plumeria seeds if you're planting Plumeria. You will need a bag for your seeds, and then you will also need some paper towels, and I used scissors for the first half of my seeds because I needed to fit a lot of them in a small space. So I was cutting the tails off so that I could more closely place them together. So I'll show you here what we have going on. Okay, so here's my Plumeria seeds, and you can see the ones that had the tails cut off already. So I'm just going to continue placing these down. Now, not all seeds are going to be viable, and sometimes you can tell which ones are not. I have one here that is not, and you can see here that it is black inside, so that seed is not viable at all. Even seeds like this where the covering is kind of taken off, you can still do those. Alright, so I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm just going to move these over just a little bit so that we can get a couple more on here. I'm going to stick one more right here by this little guy. Alright, and then what you would do is you would fold the paper towel over. Normally you would have like a piece of, like a Tupperware, like I said, but mine is like a little too small for what we need. And actually, I'm going to move a couple more of these because I know for a fact that my paper towel is not wide enough to fit into my plastic bag. So I'm just going to cut this real quick. Alright. Let me fix these. I'm gonna arrange them so that they have enough room to grow, and you can cut the edges off of some of these seeds. You want to be careful not to cut the actual seed though. So we're going to do that for these couple ones. So that they have more room for roots. Alright, there we go. And now what we would do is close up the paper towel. Let me move these off of here real quick. You would close up this paper towel, and in your Tupperware container you would just soak some peroxide. You don't have to get the whole paper towel wet. You just want to pat it down so that it spreads out throughout the paper towel. And then what you would do is you would soak the remaining with water. So give me just a second and I'll do that in my sink real quick. And you don't have to soak it thoroughly because you don't need a lot of water. I'm actually wringing it out right now. Let me see if I can show you my... So I'm actually wringing out the water right now. I don't need too much. And then you would just take your bag And you can stick it in folded halfway. And then open it up. And then what you would do is you would try and just get all the air out that you can, seal the bag, and then hang it in the window. And that is it. Thank you guys for joining us today.